What's your goal? Is your goal to be as big as fucking physically possible? Like,
Yeah, but even then, if you're trying to be as big as physically possible and you just gain stupid amounts of body fat, it's more time you have to cut.
Because I definitely recalibrated my goals.
And also, your body doesn't want to gain lean body mass. Sorry.
No, I just realized like when I was like really like I was hooked on the idea of like totaling 800. So it's like mass, get big. That's probably because I idolized people that did that in the industry. But I realized I'm like, that's just not the goal anymore.
And your goals are allowed to change.
But then it's mass, and you gain all this fat that's not moving weight anyway.
Anyway, exactly. So
we can talk about the podcast, but like, you going from not eating enough to eating a bit more.
The podcast is on.
Welcome back to the Moment Strength.
Yeah, no, you're not doing that.
We did it.
I respect that.
We did an unconventional start in the middle of a conversation.
So what we're about to say is like, if someone goes from under-eating to eating enough to fuel their performance, they'll feel the big impact on their muscle mass, their strength, and they think that's it. This is the secret kicker. But there's definitely a point of diminishing returns, and it's not the more I eat and the heavier I weigh, the bigger muscularly and stronger I'll be. Like, yes, that worked for you, but you're there now. You're at a good point. You don't need to keep pushing and pushing and pushing.
Do you think people get caught in, because more often than not, people come into training with the deficit mindset. I want to lose weight. I want to lean up. Like, they're quite often more likely to be the goals that most people have when they enter. Do you reckon there's sort of like a contrasting feeling that once they exit that and they realize, oh, if I start to eat more, I'm going to feel better. Maybe I need to get bigger, and then it's like a tidal wave in the opposite direction, and then and they just go too far down the other end.
Yeah, for sure. I feel the difference in like just experience of training from going from deficit to maintenance and then maintenance to surplus. Like from deficit to maintenance, that increase in calories, you feel like a superhero. And then from maintenance to like deep surplus, it actually doesn't offer that much. So I think you just feel completely different. And then just going too deep into the surplus, you're not doing too much extra. I think the surplus, like deep, heavy surpluses are overrated. I don't know if that even answered
when you
No,
say,
it does.
I think when you say deep and heavy, the key factor there is the size of the surplus. So just how much food you're eating. There's nothing wrong with being in a surplus for a long period of time, but making that a small surplus, so you're only gaining a reasonable amount of weight.
So maybe not to say that if you're listening to this and you've got these goals, your goals are wrong. It's not to say that, but it's to say that maybe having like a goal weight, like you were saying, I want to be 110 kilos and total 800 is not the right attitude. Maybe the right attitude is, I'm going to go into a building phase at roughly 50 to 100 grams a week or whatever it is I'm gaining, and I'm going to just let that run and see how I'm feeling and how I'm progressing.
It's that comes to that idea that weight moves weight. This is like and we're just saying these stupid myths that come from these very like
old school
powerlifting lens, bodybuilding lens. Weight moves weight, but it's not, and it's very clear now that like I know there's research that shows it's like you don't gain more muscle by eating more. They had people on a massive surplus and they gained the same amount of muscle.
As a small surplus.
You just put on more body fat. So being in a smaller surplus, but also realizing that if you want to get stronger, there's one thing you can't avoid: time. Time and consistency. They're the more important things than just eating more. Like eating more food isn't the answer.
No, because at the end of the day, your body doesn't want to put muscle on. You force feeding more food is not going to force more lean body mass on you.
And
it'll definitely force some fucking fat mass on you.
And it can come from like a hard-working standpoint. Like, I'm putting in this effort into making sure I'm eating enough, but you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot because you're putting all this effort into making sure you're getting all these meals in to allow that weight gain, but it's not actually getting you what you thought it would.
And then you've got to do so much work on the other side to go back the other way.
Oh, for sure.
Like you just have to,
Whereas if you keep that surplus small, you never have to do that.
Those aggressive shifts, those really aggressive,
drop a lot of weight.
Or a long ass cut, which is taking more time away from being in a slight surplus or at maintenance where quality of training is higher. And you can cut slow and still progressively overload in the gym, but you're just lessening the chances, especially the deeper into your lifting. Like you, Charlie, for example, going from whatever you total, I don't know, what do you total?
762 and a half.
All right, to go from 762 and a half
67
to 800, like that's going to be slow. And then taking time 12, 16 weeks, even in a slow deficit, is just going to, it's a fucking waste of time. Like it's not.
Well, I think also the idea that you've got to be in the massing phase or cutting phase is like, it's okay not to be in one of those. Like I'm not in anything right now. And I'm probably going to stay like this all the way to Europe. I'm just eating. I'm following literally plants and protein. That's how I build my meals. And then I'm just training hard. That's it. I'm not trying to gain weight. I'm dropping weight very slowly, but I'm not necessarily trying to drop weight.
Are you making if you feel that you're dropping too much weight, have you made any conscious decisions to like eat more or anything like that? Or are you simply just eating intuitively for performance and how you're feeling?
How I feel. But I feel like naturally I'm eating more anyway. It's like I know like when we do our brick on the Saturday, I'll usually we'll slam lollies that day, and the night before I'll probably have cereal and shit. But I like my ice cream and chocolate, so I feel like those extra calories just get added up for me, just snacking on that
Balances
stuff.
out.
So yeah. And I just look at the scale weight. Like since Christmas, I've really probably only dropped 300 grams or something on average. Like it's not much.
Of actual body weight.
Yeah, but it's not much. So I'm pretty.
I think this is a separate conversation or a little tangent from that, but from tracking my calories to just doing the plants and protein thing, like I had the intention to lose fat, but since then I've been like, performance is a bit more of a priority. Maintenance is a goal of very, very slow fat loss.
Yep.
I know that when I was tracking calories compared to now just eating by feel, being aware of protein servings spread throughout the day, eating more fruits, eating more vegetables, and like plate construction, compared to tracking calories when I had this numbers mindset where I'm like, oh, I've only got X amount left, the chances of me just going sick,
Like blowing out.
just blowing out at the end of the day, like it doesn't happen.
You've nullified it.
I've nullified it. I don't know what that is, why that is, but just this meal I've got to have 50 grams of carbs and X amount so I can eat a little bit more. I could potentially indulge a little bit more at dinner and have this numbers game and constantly thinking about numbers. It's scarcity mindset, thinking about that throughout the day versus now it's like, oh, I'll just eat this. It looks all right. I reckon it'll sort of fill me up. And then just doing that, I have like weight maintenance has been a fucking breeze where if you know me, back in the day, I was the king of the yo-yo, the king of the blowout.
Love a blowout.
Oh, mate. The amount of times I've been diced and then like blown out to the highest fat mass I've ever had post-cut, I've done it every time, every single time. This has been the easiest. I don't know. It's pretty fucking cool.
With the calories, this isn't the approach that people should have when they're tracking calories, but inevitably people end up seeing it quite black and white. I've got 2,500 calories, X protein, carbs and fats, and I need to hit these numbers or very close. And then when you don't hit those for whatever reason or however much you go over it, you feel like you're objectively not adhering to what you were supposed to. And then you feel like, I'll just throw in the towel. Today's just not the day. This weekend's not the weekend. I just haven't ticked the box I'm supposed to tick. And then hence we have that big backflip. But when we have these systems in place to control our eating that are more fluid and not super rigid, it's hard to feel like you've proper ruined your day.
Lost the day, yeah.
But when you don't even know exactly what's on the plate in front of you, you know roughly how many carbs and protein and fat, but you don't know if you're hitting these numbers that, let's be real, are somewhat arbitrary. So it's harder to feel like, I've ruined it. Like obviously, if you have a fucking whole Ben and Jerry's to yourself and that's not supporting your goals, all right, maybe that wasn't the best choice. But outside of that, like if one meal's a bit bigger or a bit smaller, like you don't really feel it as much.
Yeah, come to think of it, I don't have fuck it moments anymore. Like you get to that point, you're like, I've already tipped it over.
Might as well
go the rest.
And then I think what it actually allows you to do is, if you, it may happen naturally, or it might be something you need to spend a bit of time on, is it allows you to actually be aware of your hunger cues. Because what a lot of us probably fall into the trap of when you track your calories for so long is you don't think how much more food do I want or need to eat for the rest of the day. It's how much food must I eat based off the numbers in front of me. Whereas now it's like, I've had 3 fairly large meals today. And this is honestly personal experience. Because for so long I track calories, you'd be like, I've had 3 fairly large meals today. Usually I'd have a meal at this time. I'm really not that hungry. I might just have a protein shake and call it there. Whereas in the past, no, I've got to eat this, I've got to eat that, or I'd got to eat nothing because I've already ate too much. You actually sit for a second and think, am I full? Am I hungry? Is this, desire for food coming from actual hunger, or am I just got some cravings? And you can actually be aware of that stuff versus thinking the numbers are telling me what I got to do and that's all I follow. And I'm not even thinking about how I actually feel about my hunger levels or, how much I want to eat.
Fucking oath.
Mackenzie Baker would be fucking fist pumping right now.
I know.
Right on that wave. Fucking.
Thank you, Mackenzie
Mackenzie
Baker.
I think we need a fucking Didier nutrition corner, bro. You had me then.
What can I say, bro?
was-
I'll
I
do my
was-
best.
man.
Seminar
Boy,
coming soon.
Your boy was popping off. That was fun. That was on that. That was good.
But tracking, I feel like it's good as well for an intensive learning period too. It's definitely worth people spending some time,
sure.
I think.
And this
Because at the end of the day, we're all talking about this shit, all of us, but we have all done
We've gone through
our
that
time
passage.
of tracking.
And then with that as well, I'm like like right now, they'll look at the next 6-7 weeks. Like, no, again, big all or nothing guy, but the next 6-7 weeks to me are like a competition period. So I want to look because we were doing the triathlon.
Who you
March
competing against?
26th, competing against the demons in my fucking head, taking them out.
The demons are real.
The demons are real. Oh yeah.
After we went for the 35k, right? And I know,
Bro, when I went to the
I know
67.
cyclists are like I spoke to my uncle that night. He said, "Oh, 35k is nothing." Like, it's like, but anyway, relative to us, it's big, and we're running after. And after also,
Is he
gotta
bricking
keep
it?
in mind, huh?
Is he bricking it?
No, he's not bricking.
He's not bringing them all.
But also, we've got to keep in mind too that we're also, we're still lifting weights 3 times a week, heavy, trying to push heavy shit as well. So there's training load as a whole is high. Anyway, Saturday we're riding, and I'm just, the demons come in.
First name basis.
You got to really the Sam Harris app just does its job.
I feel like at least with like strength training, it's like a
Distracted.
Yeah, no, but it's like a 1 minute effort, and then you can actually go and fucking speak to someone.
Half the
Like, I
time
feel
you're
like
resting
on
when
the
you strength
bike,
train.
Yeah,
It's just
there's no
also-
escaping your mind.
Also, with strength training, it's like I'll get halfway, like on those sessions, it's halfway through, and the demons, and they're not demons. It's just like I'm just gonna leave.
They're little fucking.
I'm just gonna go home. The difference is when you're out on your bike and you're already 30 k's out, and you have to get home.
You can't.
30
You
k's,
can't. You can't.
It's like, all right, well, I'm not gonna catch an Uber. I'm actually sort of screwed here. So the last 30 k's is just demons. Just quit.
Demons.
Quit.
It was definitely
You're
demons
soft.
on the way back.
You're soft. Stop
suck.
it. If you stop now,
I don't know.
eh.
You start questioning your decisions in life and things, and like
you go deep.
They like things. It's like
You're
it's
right,
like-
Charlie.
No, it's like a form of meditation. Like things. It's like journaling. It's like shit starts popping up because how often do you actually sit alone with your
100%,
thoughts?
100%.
Not really. We're always watching TV. As you said, training down here. You're fucking
talking to people.
You're talking to people. Music. You sit on the couch, have a chat. Oh, hey, you
Yeah.
go. On the bike when you're by yourself, there's no one else, and it's just stuff just starts popping up, and like, oh, should I be doing this better at work, or shouldn't I have done that, or should I be doing this, or no, you're a piece of shit. You should be fucking. You shouldn't have done that. Like whatever it is. I don't know. Just
Starts thinking about things you did 7 years ago. Like,
Fuck, that really was my fault.
But yeah, no. I actually remember thinking on that ride because that was the longest one we've been on. I was like, oh, the demons are real.
yeah. So
Come out.
this is it. Mental health corner now. You see, psych, journal, maybe some meditation,
And do some
but
bricks.
Start endurance sports.
I'm thinking.
That's
I'm,
it.
I'm thinking in my head. So,
Endurance
so endurance sports is like actual demons. The demons in the gym are just like angry little leprechauns, and they're just like fucking nipping at you.
Oh,
Garden
yeah,
gnomes,
Yeah,
yeah.
fuck you, man.
Exactly. You just walk away from it. Like, the demons. I'm just gonna go in my car and leave.
Yeah, well, I'm
Fine.
gonna go
You're gonna
have a
avoid
chat.
those demons. See you later.
I'm gonna have a
leprechaun.
I'm gonna go take a shit and have a 20-minute break. Sit on Instagram. Like you can get away from.
2023 needs to be the year that you finally take control of your finances and planning for the future. Three Kings Wealth Management is an online financial advice service that helps you build for the future without sacrificing today. They have a number of ways in which you can work with them. I personally love their Instagram, so even just following them on Instagram will be huge and will help you understand finance better. They have a bunch of free resources through Instagram. However, they also have the opportunity to download a very cheap $49, but there's like 20 hours worth of financial content on there related to setting up foundational structures with personal finance and business finance, building out insurances and making sure that your future is supported, also looking at investment strategies and all of those sort of things. Moving forward from there, you also have the opportunity to jump on a free call with Ryan, one of the boy there's. He's an absolute king, the Three Kings, the growth goat. But Ryan will be able to help you and make sure that you are actually in the right stream related to their services. So check out Three Kings Wealth Management. Get control of your finances. Work and plan for the future without sacrificing today. I can't describe how freeing it is to have a good, sound plan for finance management, and Three Kings are there to help you. So check them out. They're down below in the description box. Let's get back to the show. Are the demons only on the bike? Because it's a bit more long. It's a little bit.
They're running as well.
There's demons in the run.
They're when we did the 60K, 7K.
Yeah, you did a big one.
Like, the demons on the ride were the first half because it was a headwind. And I'm like, fuck. I've got another 30K after this. And then it just got like real, just shitty thoughts. Like, I'm like, I've got this headwind. I'm like, knowing my luck, it's going to cop a headwind on the way back as well. Like,
Manifesting the
just
headwind.
manifest just shit. I'm like, this is shit. It's only going to get worse.
The headwinds
Oh, it was just annoying. And then we got on the run, and then I was real positive for the first like 2.5K. And I'm like, I said halfway to the halfway point. I'm like, we're halfway there to Marcus and we're running. He's like, yeah, we've got another 3.5 fucking back. And I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. These demons got him. And
I got to run after that session because me and Hattie only did a 4K run because we're both feeling pretty beat up.
Demons got
I didn't really feel the demons that day on the run, only on the bike ride because we were chatting to each other. And then we kind of hit 2K and we're like, oh, ready to turn around. And then we turned around. But
The demons come after 4Ks apparently.
well, I had to get headphones.
Yeah.
I had to get headphones because I'm like, now I'm just trying to run for 30 minutes. So you feel like I ran 38 minutes last week.
performance enhancers.
Yeah.
I'm like, I need
week.
something to keep
The demon got the better
I
of
need
him.
I need some music or something.
I got to drown
too
out
loud.
these demons.
drown out the demons. They're just in there. But yeah, they're real.
Yeah.
But I'd love to know so these guys like Fergus Crawley, Gymshark just put up the video. I've got to watch it of his double Ironman. What goes
Double
through?
Ironman?
Did a double Ironman. Yeah.
Is that back to back or is that double the length of
I
everything?
think he did it. I could be
I've got
wrong.
to
I could
follow
be,
this guy.
There's
I've
no
got
way.
so many people talking about him
There's
lately.
no way he would have, just thinking about it, if he did, respect, no way he did the marathon and then got back
in the
swim.
water.
So I think it was double distances of each.
Surely double this. If he did that, like both of them are sickening.
Well, Gymshark made a proper video because he's sponsored by Gymshark. A proper video. It's like cinematic.
Imagine
So I
those
need to go
demons.
watch it.
Oh.
Well, that's what I'm like. Or do you just get better at taming the demons?
The demons get bigger,
I
but you
feel
get
like
better at them.
there is definitely a genetic factor. Not that you can't train it, but there's definitely a genetic factor to persevering through work.
He's calling you guys soft. That's
No,
what
no,
he's
no, no. I'm not because you
Ethan
guys
Fleming.
because you guys are successful in multiple areas of like there's definitely a genetic
Jack of all
thing.
trades, master of none.
There's definitely a genetic thing to being able to, like David Goggins. I feel like,
Yeah,
as much as he talks about it's just mindset, it's just mindset, it's just mindset. I feel like at some level there's got to be a chemistry difference between somebody that's built like that compared to somebody that
It's like he's like the Phil Heath of endurance
different.
sports.
imagine being able to do
You could say that.
like 24 hours of pull-ups, like just doing that for. Imagine doing anything for 24 hours.
Yeah, there'd have to be some like anti-rhabdo gene.
There's got to there has to be genetic things that allow them to actually go to those levels.
Well, I'm gonna.
Not to say that other people can't achieve great things and all of that sort of stuff. Like Fergus Crawley doing that. Like, fuck me.
Yeah, it's just,
That's crazy.
we had this discussion. We were talking about this after the brick one day. With Buzz, it was Buzz and I and Marcus, and yeah, we were just saying it's like it's got to be the next thing. It's like it's like for us now we're doing a sprint try. It's like what's the next thing? Olympic try. And then it's the next one. The next
you just
one.
get to a point
So he's
where-
done 8 Ironman. He's what's the next one? We'll do a double Ironman.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like it's like what's
Progressive
the next
overload.
fucking
To
thing I can
endure.
push? Yeah,
That would be that there would have to be some sort of like a
It's like these guys that do fucking. So there's a marathon in Morocco in the desert that it runs for 20 days or something. It's in the. I only learned. I watched that there was a series on Netflix. Fuck, what was it called? Playground, Human Playground, and it looks at all the shit that we do. I had sumo wrestlers and whatnot. One of them was this desert. It's a run in the Moroccan desert, but it's daily. They go and like. Most of the people don't even complete it and shit, but it's like, yeah, why do people want to do that?
I think there has to be an addiction part as well, because
yeah.
I look at the feelings like of satisfaction I had after that 60.
Yeah.
As much as it sucked, like, and in the scheme of things,
talking about the high?
it's nothing. It wasn't even the high. There was definitely
It was
not
the
a fucking high because I was plastered to my couch for a few hours afterwards. But the feeling of satisfaction and like, I just felt like. I want to say SC, but we're trying to lay off the C word.
Yeah.
Now.
sick
Felt
malaka.
mad.
Yeah,
Felt like a sick malaka.
yeah, sick guy.
I was gonna say,
I felt like a sick guy. Anyway, I was just G'd afterwards. I was like, that was mad. I want to do way more. So I guess that would be it. Like once you achieve one thing, it's like that was
What's the next
sick.
thing?
I reckon. Like I think the feelings of being capable, and it's I don't know. It's fucking empowering.
You do
I guess.
feel good, but it's the same as like when I remember when I first started doing like more strength training, barbell strength training. It's like you do the first time you do a 200 deadlift, you're like, wow, that's mad. It feels sick. But then even for me now, like those lifting those big weights, is the sense of achievement's not the same as what it was, and that's why I'm enjoying pushing, because this is like different. It's a different challenge. So even that, like I have, so yeah, I don't know. It's a different challenge.
Fair.
Is what I'm trying to say.
Crazy.
But even I would like to do an Olympic try, just to. But I'm not sure how I feel about swimming.
It's not been long enough.
I don't know if I'm a swimmer. I really like the riding and running.
Charlie, you swam for like 8 weeks, bro.
What are the demons called in the water?
You don't get demons.
Fucking sharks.
You go fight or flight 'cause you're about to drown. No, you actually do get demons. I went for an ocean.
I get bored.
Aquatic demons.
It's not in the
Bored.
ocean though.
I get bored.
Yeah, it's a bit boring. And in the ocean though, you don't really have demons. Well, I haven't learned to channel them yet because my fight or flight comes in because
That's a demon. It has to be.
the fight or flight's like a survival thing because you're like a shark's gonna get me.
Yeah, I've swum out to one of those posts once and I was by myself and I got 3/4 out. I'm like, this is fucking easy. I'm cruising. And then just this one intrusive thought came in and they're like, you're by yourself. What if there's a shark? I'm like, fuck. And then I started sprinting.
Yeah.
Just sprinted the whole way through.
So you gotta
that was a demon.
Breathe.
The
Control your
shark
breathing.
demons.
Shark demons.
Sharknadoes.
They're actual demons.
Sharknadoes. Yeah.
And ever since that guy got killed at Little Bay last year, I'm just
Oh, in Sydney?
Sydney, yeah.
Yeah.
That look, he was swimming in the ocean, the bay. You know, there's no sharks in the bay.
It's all right, for a sprint try, think about it. The chances.
Oh,
of you
I'm
getting
not
eaten by
worried
the
about the
shark,
triathlon. When I'm out there with
There's
other
a few
people,
other targets. The shark will.
when I'm out there with other people, I don't care. It's being by yourself.
You're the only target.
Yeah, you're the only target.
You're the one of one.
No sharks.
What's
at
what
Chelsea
Claz,
Beach.
I was talking to Claz about the Ironman in Busselton or whatever. That's where we're going to do our Ironman whenever we go, Perth. And
Why?
Why Perth?
Huh? I don't know. Just-
What about Geelong?
could do Geelong, but I feel like Perth. Make it a trip.
Yeah, excuse to go to Perth.
Make a trip out of it. But apparently there's sharks in that water, but they got the electromagnetic sensors that. deter them.
I'm the only shark in Chelsea.
Fuck it.
Man, the fucking Chelsea and Bomb Beach community page on Facebook, you'd honestly...
Are you stressing out?
You go on there, I went on there once, you
Yeah.
think you'd live in the worst suburb ever.
Why? What's going on?
Right, even the East Bentley suburb.
This car got broken into, there was a shark selling at Chelsea, this person's been stealing stuff.
This
There's
dickhead doing donuts in a fucking
yeah,
jet ski.
there's this junkie out here, this person got robbed today. And I'm like, what the fuck? I've like lived there for nearly 2 years, or a year and a half, and I've never seen any of that
Yeah,
shit.
you're sheltered though.
Man,
You're in a nice
You're
little
in a nice
pocket.
spot. I'm in a spot. I went.
Oh, we can't say that. We'll beep that.
I went for a walk. Like I sometimes have to avoid going down my street.
Avoid your own street.
I
How
avoid-
do you get home?
No, he's
I,
got a
walk,
bad
I have to
house.
walk around the block. There's a house. There's just
You just got
cops
unlucky.
at the front. There's just it's
You
a
got-
good spot.
You got very unlucky with the house that's there.
Yeah.
And
But
it's obviously been passed down through generation because there's some sorts living in there.
Yeah.
And it attracts a bit of
It's a house. It's definitely a house. But what I was saying, it's a house. But no, even so, I'm still on the East Bentley page when I was
Yeah.
still living at home.
Same.
East Bentley, which has been voted
the number one.
Number one in the world.
number one in the world
At 1 year.
at one
No,
year.
that was the joke because Melbourne was the most livable
Australia
city.
was number one, Melbourne was number one, and then East Bentley was the
So
best
it
in
was like the
Melbourne.
number one suburb in the world.
in the world. All right. You go on that page and you'd think you are living in a third world country and crime is fucking through the roof.
I remember the year that someone got held up or like someone got robbed getting money out of Mackie Road ATM next to the chicken shop. And it was just like, you'd go to school and everyone was like, did you hear what happened on Mackie Road last
yeah.
night? And it was just like a fucking,
robbery.
the whole
Yeah.
town knew about the robbery that happened
Yeah.
at the ATM on
It's like
Mackie
in the
Road.
80s, this was never happened. So you just never hear about it.
That's it. You went in Facebook groups.
went in the
those
Facebook
groups.
Oh, it's fucking. Oh.
But there were like
Yeah.
4 break-ins in the street next to me the other day.
Oh, really?
That's significant.
The break, yeah.
But it could have been the same guy, just breaking into 4 houses.
Just getting his
On a bit of a spree.
It was on a bit of a spree.
likely
Spree.
it would have been the same culprit.
But in the 80s, it wouldn't have happened.
There was no, we got broken into
No one was living down there.
in 2003. We got broken into in Murrumbina, and
Oh, really?
yeah, the same person broke into someone I went to school with. Broke into their house. The people got home. They hid in the cupboard, and the reason that they knew they hid in the cupboard and waited for them to leave is because they put a hole in the bottom of the cupboard. So they jumped in there. She saw the hole later, but the whole time they didn't know that the person was still in the house. They left, did their thing,
Oh, that's
left.
freaky.
And then but then that person ended up getting caught.
Good.
So,
I've got a story. I don't know if we're gonna have to edit it out though.
But just
Go for
quickly,
it.
getting
Right.
broken into is not all that bad. 'Cause,
No.
mate, you claim way more shit on your shit.
Just break everything.
You get so much. Man, we got a couple free TVs. Not free TVs, but a couple of free TVs. I already get a new TV bigger than the last one.
How good's an
Fucking-
insurance job?
Yeah, we got.
Let's burn down the podcast room. We'll update.
all these CDs. Back then, the CDs got all these CDs stolen. Go to Sanity, get to buy all these CDs.
All right, if you hear nothing after this clap, we've changed songs. But if you
We've changed songs.
if you hear the story, you hear the story. 3, 2, 1.
So I went for my morning walk, and I was my vision's not that good. Anyway, I went to cross the road, and there's this person on the other side of the road. You know what's a 4-lane street with parking strip. I don't know
this
how many
Manly?
meters. No, this is in Chelsea. This is not long ago. It was like I don't know 15 meters. And I see this person wearing like matching tracksuit with a side bag. I could make out the shoes, obviously, because of me. And they were definitely TNs.
TNs.
They were red TNs.
So we're profiling this person.
We're profiling this person, but they're staring at me. Like crossing, and I knew they weren't crossing the road, and they were staring at me. I'm like, fuck, all right, I'm about to kick off here. So I'm looking back at them because you don't look down at the ground. You don't look left, look right. I'm looking back at them. I'm like, fucking all right, if you're ready to go, we'll punch on the middle of Nepean Highway. Let's go. Man, Chelsea's rattled me a bit. Anyway, I start crossing the road and I make out that it's not an adult ready to punch on with me. The kid's like 15 years old. And then he obviously wants to talk to me. I'm pretty much dressed in the same kit. And he's like, hey, bro, can you buy me a vape? And I'm like, oh, all right, whatever. So I'm like, have you got cash? And he's like, yeah. Well, all right, give me the cash. And he's like, I want this one. And he shows me his phone. And I'm like, look, man, I'm not going to speak to them and ask for this specific vape. Just give me your phone and I'll buy the vape for you. So I get the vape. I take his phone, go in, buy his vape, whatever, takes it. Have a great day, brother. On ya. I walk off. Anyway, I go on. I'm just sitting at home later on the next day or the next couple of days. And I go on the Chelsea Bond Beach community page. And people like put up their CCTV of break-ins and shit, or people like casing houses and stuff like that. And I look at this one, like there was 3 kids ringing a doorbell. You know, people got doorbells with cameras and shit.
Yeah.
And I see that fucking kid
Smoking a
sitting
vape.
there. He was hopped up on that nicotine I bought for him. And they were casing this fucking house at like 2, 3 in the morning. They didn't end up breaking in, but apparently there were break-ins that week. So
Oh no.
That makes you an accessory.
Apparently
does that make me an accessory?
Accessory to break-ins. They do spoke to our neighbour, and again, they know the old. I feel like the older, the suburbanites, whatever they're called, they just know what's going on. They know what's going on in the
Got
suburbs.
the ear to the street.
They got the ear to the street. But apparently they just moved. So that same group of people who were doing the break-ins in Chelsea around Christmas were hitting Aspendale. Then the cops found that. So then they moved to Edithvale. And they moved to Chelsea. So the cops just kept like figuring. So then the cops are like all over them. So they just moved to the next suburbs. They just fucking do the rounds or whatever. And that's it.
They got their little loop.
Yeah, they got their little loop. And they'll go back to Aspendale and fucking start hitting there.
Bayside loop.
Yeah, well, if anybody is looking for a house, I feel like there's going to be a few open vacancies down there. I heard there's a rental crisis as well.
And everyone's
so
looking for to steal some goods. I think Charlie's got some goods for you.
Charlie's got a nice insurance claim. He's ready to fucking
That was from 20 years ago.
place in.
I was just
empty.
I didn't realise. Yeah, anyway.
Make the most of it.
No, yeah, you just. Yeah.
You're sheltered. You're deep suburb. I'm close to the station. That's what it is.
Stations. Where we are, it's all just fucking families and shit.
Man, the safe streets of Croydon North, you don't even lock your doors. Like it's that chill. Like fucking nothing happens.
Still in the 90s.
Quiet Croydon North.
So I did watch a video of Spanians say that he used to hit the first level apartments because like no one locks their doors. climbs up to the first level.
When Jared and I lived together, I don't even think we had keys.
You were the third.
We had
fourth.
fucking,
No one's getting up
we were there
there.
for 3 years and never once did we lock the door. He locked himself out once and had to sleep at the front of the. Just
I remember-
Yeah, I got Cam in his mega. Actually, he wasn't at the start, but when he joined the Facebook group,
he's been onto it.
He's been locking the security door as well. So I'd never lock the security door. I've got the security door open, and then the next door is always locked. It's just a pain in the ass. I got to unlock 2 fucking doors.
Yeah.
Like, come on. He got on the community page, and now both the security doors, the front door locks every time.
Deadlock,
Fuck
gates.
Man,
As a guest to your house, I hate when the security doors locks. I can't knock.
I just punch the door.
I want to knock. Can't knock because of fucking. Anyway.
in the words of Tame Impala, the less I know, the better. Fucking hell.
Oh, well, that was a good one.
This is
Okay, look at you.
doing wonders for the mean price down there. But did we see this? Did we see the Spanian is he's got a
I
training
like
app.
how you refer to him as the Spanian.
The Spanian, the one and only.
the
Spanian. Is that not what his name
No,
is?
it's just Spanian.
Spanian.
Sorry. Did you guys hear that Spanian? I used to call him Spaniard, and that was
I'm not gonna lie, I thought he was. I thought he was Spaniard too at the start.
yeah.
Spanian.
Did you hear that Spanian has? Now I feel like an idiot saying that word.
Spanian.
You know when you've said a word too much? Yellow. We were talking about the apparel in one of our group chats, and everyone just kept saying yellow.
Yellow
and
was
it
said too many times.
It like molded into like an absolute just like. Bleh. I'm like, are we even spelling this right?
Yellow's a weird
Am I
word.
saying it right?
Yeah.
It's called something.
It just like
When a word just molds into a sound.
Yeah.
And you're like, can you get it up, Tony?
look with the clicks. Jesus, Danny.
Surely you can get up and punch Charlie in the throat from that.
I'll give you a free slap token.
Yeah, you got a free slap on Charlie.
one free slap.
for clicking.
Semantic satiation. That's a pretty sick
The
word.
fuck does that?
That's a real
mean?
mouthy word
Yeah,
as
a
well.
bit of alliteration in there
Yeah.
as well. Say that.
Little bit of alliteration.
So he's got a
The
training.
Spaniard.
Yeah, he's got a training app. and
The Spaniard.
yeah, he's got a training app, and it is. That's just something that obviously he's moving into. So he's moving more down into the exercise route of
Health
what
and
he's.
fitness.
Yeah.
I think I saw a video. It's like street fit, yeah, like no equipment. You can
Well,
do
no,
it
he was
wherever.
doing like a chin up, like a calisthenic chin.
world's
He's
your gym.
fucking jacked. He's a big boy.
boy.
He's a
He's
big
And he's
so
like
tall as
6'5"
well.
as well or something.
He'd be scary.
How's his MMA stuff going? Is he?
I don't know. I haven't been looking.
Not
I don't
sure.
know, I'm scared of him. I'd be scared of him.
I would 100%.
He's got that.
Malulu-
He's got the.
Woolloomooloo tattoo.
He's got
Yeah.
the quality of a crazy cunt that could just flip.
No shit.
I think that's fair to assume, yeah.
Nah, he seems rehabilitated.
He seems way
But it's
better.
in there.
And even if you
It's
watch
in
his
there.
newer
The system sorted
content,
him out.
I feel like he was the anomaly of the system.
The anomaly.
Well, everyone.
Maybe he's not fully sorted. He's still got that hood logic.
Yeah, but
so-
I wouldn't rely on the system being the thing that sorted him out, because he says that every one of his friends that he knew growing up is either in jail or addicted to heroin.
Yeah, there'd be definite repeat.
I reckon he's the fucking
Oh, he's
outlier.
definitely an outlier.
For sure.
But even for him to come out and then make what he has made for himself now, like even
it's
that,
good. It's
even that in and of
everything.
itself is
No,
a
no, it's
wall.
definitely
Yeah.
good. I'm just saying when Bush said the system sorted him out, I was like, the
To-
system
to
did
an
sort him
extent-
out.
to an extent,
But I
because
don't
he
think
was
the
he
system
was hooked on
sorts people
smack.
out.
He was hooked on smack
He
in
was
jail as well.
like 14 years old.
yeah,
Oh, really? Wow.
yeah, yeah, and he got off it in jail.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he was teaching people how to fight in jail. Hoodles, motherfucker. I gotta watch.
He's actually a fucking icon.
He's an icon.
He's moving in that route.
No, he
100%.
really is.
Yeah.
He's like, I
40s
feel
over.
like he's slowly becoming like a Ziz guy.
Yeah.
Like he's got that. He's fuck yeah.
He's larger than life. He's like
He's a character.
Yeah, he is. He's
Like
he,
Ziz was a character. He's a character.
but he also
Maybe we've got
his entire life is like a
yeah,
Because we've got lad culture, we've got underworld culture, and like just crook culture. It's massive in Melbourne, and just it is. But people idolize bikies and people like fucking Gatto and shit like that. But no one like. They're not like mainstream, you know what I mean? Like Spanian, on the other hand, he's gone through it, rehabilitated himself. He's an icon to lads
Yeah.
and crooks, but it's like it's
It still
legit-
dominates.
It still dominates.
something
It's
he-
legit shit.
something
Who did
he
we have
post-
before? We had fucking Cursor.
Yeah. He's
What he
back,
said-
mate. He made another album.
Cursor is the sickest.
Yeah.
Still is the sickest.
Also heard that Hilltop Hoods has had the most amount of Triple J Hot 100 hits or out of any artist ever.
Fucking oath.
Bit of hometown hero.
Hilla Topper.
No, actually, not hometown. They're from Adelaide. But yeah.
Hilla Topper.
Oh, they're from Buzz's favorite city,
Which is what?
Adelaide.
A-Town.
A-town.
Adelaide.
Spanian. But I feel like Spanian is having he's having a positive influence on some of those youths that are a bit lost in the way. Because
He's a shining light.
he told this story. He said he had this kid that came up to him. He's like, "You were the reason I got off everything. I got clean."
mad.
He goes, "I listened to all
that's
these
sick.
fucking counsellors in juvie. fuck you, who the fuck are you? Like, which
Yeah,
makes
they can
sense.
relate
Not
to
been
him.
through it. You don't have true empathy.
When you're
by way of
a
experience.
fucking you're like a little hoodlum, it's probably come from a broken family.
Little hoodlum.
Hoodlum, you're graphing,
Hoodlum,
you're doing drugs, you're graphing, you got no direction, you fucking you're thrown into juvie, and you got this fucking counselor who's fucking tertiary educated, come from privileged family. Why the fuck would you listen to them?
Yeah, absolutely.
But you got this cunt Spanian who's actually been through it. Makes sense.
Yeah.
True.
True line.
True.
Anyway, Spanian.
Alrighty, we're
I
gonna
don't
go.
think he would appreciate us saying his name wrong, so I'm gonna respect his name.
What?
I just said Spaniard, and I was like,
Spanian, we are sorry.
Spanian.
You're proper scared of him.
It's all right, Charlie.
scared of
He won't get you. He won't get you.
Is he the demon when you're running down the road? Just a Woolaloo tattoo, fucking following you.
Fucking get you, you dog.
Say my name right. Come back here.
When I'm riding down Beach Road.
respect on my name.
He did. I've got to watch the Ghost one. They went ghost hunting, which ironically we did last year. That thing.
Yeah.
And there's in the little teaser trailer, he's in the tunnel and he's like, "Hey, Urus motherfucker!" He like the ghost.
He's fucking hilarious.
Oh,
he's
God.
very funny. All right, we're going to actually get into some of these topics we had planned here.
35 minutes later.
Yeah, I loved how at the start we're like, we need one
Do
more
we have
topic.
Do we have
We
any
don't need
topics?
topics now.
we were
We
just,
we're good.
We were just riffing. One of them is training abs. Why we train abs, why we don't train abs, training abs in general. What do we...
To get chicks.
So this came up because Charlie had his shirt off and then Buzz was like, oh, you're looking leaner because you got some abs popping through, Charles.
Popping off. Yeah, it was just
It was
like
the skylight.
and again, he said these dumb myths in the fitness industry, and one of them is abs are made in the kitchen. And everything we spoke before, it's like body composition is your diet. It's both. It's diet to reduce body fat, and then fucking train, progressively overload your muscles to build muscle. So if you want abs, you need to fucking train them. You probably need to train them not at the end when you're half, you've done 6 exercises and you're tanked. Maybe do one day where you do focus on a little bit of ab work, or do it earlier in your session.
Add some load.
And then, if you do need to reduce body fat to see your abs, that is a given. So if you're 30% body fat, you can train your abs all you want, you're not going to see them. So you do, but it's 2. So abs are not made in the kitchen.
They're exposed in the
They're
kitchen.
revealed in the kitchen.
You're exposed.
Wingardium Leviosa.
What movements are you doing to train your abs? What are you doing?
I'm just doing rope crunches twice a week.
Just rope crunches.
One exercise.
I love an ab wheel rollout.
You like an ab wheel roller? I just don't feel like,
Oh yeah. It's true.
little
Little loading. Ding, ding, ding. Ding, ding.
I just they're good. I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah, I do like. I think with ab exercises like that, if we are talking about building abs or a dense midsection, I think the lower rep ranges, like even like 5 to 10, 5 to 15, and looking for ways to actually progressively overload them. Like you can bang out 200 crunches. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
so fucking put a weight on there. Like we've got guys doing GHD sit-ups with plates and rope crunches. Obviously, I'm doing them. Me and Cam are doing them with 90 pounds or 90 k, whatever 90 is on the stack.
yeah, you're a big
Is it
boy.
pounds or what
I
is
think
it?
they're kilos, but the way that pull,
But yeah, the pulley
cable
is-
machine
you do
pull
it, it's on 90
1 to
something.
2, yeah, 1
It's
to
on
2
90
one
ratio,
down.
and it's fucking hard. Like yesterday,
Physics and
it's
biology.
hard. Yeah, fucking levers, fulcrums.
And that.
They're hard. They're like we're training them with proper rep ranges. 6 to 15 reps to an actual RPE of 7, 8, 9, 10. Probably push them just
tens, man.
push them to 10.
Do you
Just tens.
do you feel like you're adding density to your abs? Like they're getting thicker?
They feel
Just say yes, man. Come on.
4 weeks. Yeah,
Let me palpate ya.
they feel a bit more dense.
Are you getting blocky? You getting that blocky waist?
Are you
or
getting that
what?
Liver King fucking midsection?
You're getting that GH gut.
That's from the
Your
testosterone.
low
Something,
test cuck.
Something Grant Fowler is just massive.
He's
on
ripping it at the moment.
Right, he's an animal.
Going hard.
He's just an animal. He's ripping it, and he's letting them know. Those that need to know, he lets them know. I love it, and he just does it so good. He's a king.
We still got the cuck thing.
The cuck button.
I don't know.
Is there
We do.
It's letting the cucks know.
Donnie, have we got it?
Is it? Nah,
Bugger.
We've lost
no,
the
no
cuck
more.
button.
We'll get it back.
Amber.
But his whole thing is like, God damn. Sensational drip. His whole thing is just like it's a shit movement if you're not progressively overloading it, or like that's just really it. So a lot of this stuff, like say for example, the flavor of the month is that gar hammer raise, that low incline gar hammer raise, and it's like, at what point do you, like, if you're not overloading reps anymore? So say if you are actually hitting RPE, which again with people with ab training, I think don't do that. They just like feel the burn and I see you later. So say if you are hitting that upper limit of that rep range, what are you doing to progressively overload it? You probably change the angle of the incline.
Hanging leg great. So hanging, but then mechanics kind of change. But I've been thinking about that. How do we load? Do we put a dumbbell in between the legs?
Dumbbell. I reckon ankle weights are probably a big one.
Yeah.
A little med ball between the knees.
A little med ball.
Squeeze a med ball.
Yeah, so using load and using maybe tighter double progressions for stuff, so you actually overload the movement. Like an ab wheel rollout, it is a bit harder.
How are you? Are you doing ab wheel rollouts?
I'm doing them sporadically. You could do them band resisted, so you hook a band up to a rack and then put that on the ab wheel. It is a bit hard. You do need really light bands, or a weight vest.
I saw Jake
Pavlu
Pavlu doing on the rower, feet on the rower.
Feet on the rower.
So he had his hands on a stool, feet on the rower. He goes out to like a plank position and then brings his feet up
Like
to
a
his
pike.
hands.
That's
You got
a pike.
Yeah.
Like a pike.
Pike.
What else? And then you can progress it to a band resisted standing ab wheel rollout. So that's harder again. And then progress yourself with lesser bands going to a full standing ab wheel rollout.
This is where I'll just go for the simplicity thing and I'll just do my rope crunches because it's like I built a bigger chest from powerlifting, just benching. One move, like virtually one move. Yeah, I did some dumbbell, but majority of my pressing was always. So I don't think these things need to be overcomplicated sometimes. And you can do one or two exercises, but push them fucking hard and make sure you're overloading them.
Yeah. I think another thing to add to that, though, the difference with the pec is you're probably training it through one plane, as opposed to the abs where you can train them through.
I'm talking about rec abs,
flexion.
Just for
You
just
should
rec
have
ab.
specified that, brother.
I
What about your sternoclavicular heads?
Yeah, transverse.
PVA.
Yeah.
But lateral flexion,
Should do a
through
study.
flexion,
Get the EMG
with
sensors
rotation as well. So you're hammering obliques because you want that dense thickness.
Can we get an EMG on one of them gar hammers?
Yeah,
Get
get
a
an
gar
point?
hammers.
Yeah.
Get an
Or
EMG.
GHD Russian twists.
Yeah, I've been seeing it. I saw you do that with the golf program.
I taxed that from Grant Fowler.
But even I've just like, what about the good old? Remember, I used to do them in my garage when I had the plate Russian twist.
Plate Russian twist.
Yeah.
just make the plate heavy.
I
That's
remember
all.
Ben Cousins was doing them in the documentary.
Yeah.
He was a
Back
big
in the
boy.
day.
It was
Plate
nice.
Russian twist.
I used to slam push-ups and the Russian twist at home, just next to my bed, just before bed
Same.
every night.
because I feel like you can overload it pretty easy. You get the plate just gets heavier and heavier.
I just like having the feet locked in. The
Yeah,
feet locked in for
no.
the Russian twist because you can get that sort of just opposing movement. The
Yeah,
legs
yeah,
across.
yeah.
I do like the legs locked in.
Lock your legs in.
You don't be
I
flapping
love the
about.
resurgence of the one dumbbell side bend for the oblique.
They got like shut on at one point. I remember for a long time.
I think every exercise ever has been
Dan
shut
has had
on.
a moment,
I had a
yeah.
chat
But
with
the side bend copped it.
Dan. Speaking of Dan, he got me away from them and he said do it on the 45-degree and the GHD. Just
I'll give them to some people. Yeah.
they're a
You
little
get more range.
more range. He's like,
And you're loaded all the way to the
all
top.
the way through.
Yeah.
And so if
Strength
you are
goes
doing
in that.
lateral stuff, I'd probably go for the 45-degree and the GHD.
Yeah. And again, you can overload them.
Yeah, we get
You can hold
heavier
the
med
plate.
balls. You put
Heavy
med
med
balls
balls.
up over your head. You put
Raise your hands
obviously
out in front,
easier
yeah.
down here, and then you go hard. Yeah,
Moment arms and that.
moment arms.
Yeah.
Physics.
What about perturbations up
Can't
that top
argue with
position there?
physics.
Fucking
So speaking of perturbations,
perturb me, brother.
like it's sort of on the topic of perturbations, but I remember when I first started kickboxing, the first school I went to, they would like do conditioning at the end. And conditioning would be like, all right, you got to stand there, you got to put your hands on your head, and your partner's going to crack you. And they'll just like punch you in the stomach. Or
I
like
see
I
that in
remember,
high school. Just not hard, like a bit of boxing gloves.
yeah, they just punch in the stomach. And the other one was like when we were doing crunches, or you'd have to hold a leg raise. So you'd have to be lying there, hold a leg raise, and then the coach would have a med ball, and he would just like smash you in the stomach with the med
Man,
ball.
if that's not
in the
functional, I don't know what
centre
is. Like,
to the side. So don't worry about perturbations. Let's just start cracking people in the stomach when they're doing the ab training. We'll do it later.
Bring back ab
bit of
training.
striking.
Bring back,
Perturbations.
yeah, real perturbations.
Bring back ab training.
Pale off press.
Yeah, that can fuck off still.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
can-
See, I think the benefit about a lot of these ones we're talking about is range of motion, but also just movement variability. Because everything we do when we're lifting tends to be everything's really stiff.
Real
So it's
Angus.
nice just to actually flex the spine a bit
Fuck the
sideways.
isometrics off.
That's all right.
No.
I'd say
but
a lot of
I
people
think
have done
the
enough
overload the
isometrics.
Yeah, the
isometrics.
low level isometrics that
Have their
they've got
place
no
as a
place.
teaching
Nah,
tool.
we had fucking.
Yeah, actually, I'm
As a
with you on
teaching
that.
tool.
They're
As a
teaching tool
teaching
for a
tool?
beginner.
All right, context
But
matters.
there is
It's all right.
they have a shelf life. There's a point after which they're not
Yeah.
doing anything for you. I haven't done a fucking plank in fucking
Nah, the
4
shelf
years. I can
life
still
is
brace. Like,
just keep adding weights to it.
no, that's
No,
fine.
but
that's it.
That's
But
fine.
then it
there's
becomes
still
a matter of
benefit to
logistics.
moving
but you and I,
variability, range of
if we
motion.
trained our planks, we could be doing them with plates and plates and plates. And
We'll do it then.
I'm saying,
Hero?
yeah,
the first-
Come on, hero.
yeah, but I want fucking a 6-pack mark for the chicks.
I want 6-pack abs.
For the chicks,
got
man.
the demons. Got the demons on the plank.
Nah,
The Woolloomooloo demon just fucking in your head.
you want the 6-pack, so you need to actually take it like take it through range.
Because like you wouldn't train any other muscle purely through isometrics. Nothing wrong with doing them, but like get some range of motion, get
You
the
wouldn't.
movement variability. Like,
And I think when
fucking-
you put it in that context, that's what people like is. Yeah, you don't,
And there's also
don't just do planks.
And with no other exercise, you wouldn't exclusively just do fucking 30 reps. Oh, I'll do 40 reps, 50 reps. Like you wouldn't do that for any other exercise. You'd stay within that lower to moderate rep range, add load.
8 to 15, 6 to 15.
Because I was
5 to 10. I'm a big fan of 5 to 10.
Yeah, 100%.
Love a 5 to 10.
Is that the secret
Man, for the-
sauce? Is
That's
that
the sauce.
For the core work,
sauce.
I'd say
Yeah,
6
above
to
10
15.
reps. Nah,
No good.
no good.
get that sauce? So wrapping up the training, the abs. Abs are made in the gym. They're revealed in the kitchen.
Yeah, you like that
that's,
one.
That's the new tagline.
Trademarking that.
And Pale Off Press is
Dog shit.
dog shit. Overrated, underrated. People really enjoyed the overrated, underrated podcast. Actually, by the way,
Apparently did it really poorly, though.
What do you mean?
Dave Bissett. He said it was. He goes,
Oh, he's
shit.
just a hater.
Nah, he goes,
What?
there's too many. It's like overrated, underrated. It's got to be like overrated, underrated.
It's like the last, the end of it was very
Dog
like
shit.
cut
Dog
and
shit
dry.
or not dog,
Dog
shit?
shit.
I like
There was
it
too
when
much,
we
too
put
much
our own
context.
flair on it.
Too much context.
I
Yeah.
think
too much context.
some of the stuff though was like there's got to be a clear like.
It was not clear.
It's got to be like a.
Do you want me to get the list out?
No,
again?
we're gonna do it.
We'll do a reviewed version.
Reading a book, for example, it's like asking one of us.
The
Yeah,
nerds.
he's riding a bike. He's cycling overrated, underrated. It's like
Ask
it's a
better
personal
questions, yeah.
preference.
What would be a better thing?
Reading a book, watching a show. It's
Well,
a
give us
personal-
one example of a
What
good-
show did they
a
used to
good
do it on?
question.
You'll have to speak to Dave.
They used to do it on a TV show.
Oh, yeah?
Nice. Good.
Roe McManus. I don't know.
Ronnie John's half hour.
Ronnie John's half hour.
Yeah, Ronnie John's half hour. Chopper Reed.
Chopper Reed.
Tucking for
I reckon we just do dog shit, not dog shit.
Yeah,
Dog
that's our
shit or not
spin.
dog shit?
No context.
Speak to Dave. You can consult.
Just ticking off the topics here. Maintenance. What did we come up with as dog shit or not dog shit? Maintenance was all
It's
right.
not dog shit. Underrated.
Deficits, dog shit.
Deficits, dog shit.
And then with the maintenance stuff, I was gonna say this before, but I never said it.
No nuance.
Oh, we do. Is this a dog shit?
Yeah, it's a dog shit,
Okay,
not
well,
dog
forget the context. Maintenance, not dog shit.
Not dog shit.
Okay. Oh, no context. Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Context in books are for nerds.
We don't talk
Readings for
nuance.
nerds.
Nuance is
Dog shit.
Nuance is 2022 vibes.
yeah.
Nuance. Yeah, we really want to get in the weeds of things. Figure it out.
I think we need to bring back dogma.
I love when people say that they want to get in the weeds, but they're really not getting in the weeds. Like they're just going
I hate
ever
the
so
weeds.
slightly below the surface, and it's not really.
Just the weeds.
Just the weed. The weeds can fuck off. And everyone that fucking
Weeds overrated.
the weed, Matt. Weeds can fuck off.
Freshly manicured lawn.
Especially, yeah.
Not bad. Can't
Actually,
get
the
lost.
weeds in my fucking back garden can fuck off as well. I need to fucking get the shit off further.
Actually, yeah. Laura told me off yesterday. Fucking do something about the garden. All right.
Is it just
Oh, mate, those weeds, mate, summer months,
Oh, the
fucking
weeds,
high
man.
high heat biology, mate, they love it. They thrive.
It's
They
physics,
just,
man.
they,
You
just,
know, fuck.
they just grow.
I'm gonna get Stavros, my lawn guy, down to manicure
Stavros.
my 2 meter by 2 meter fucking patch of grass.
But how good is it?
That patch of grass
How
is
good does it
really
turn out?
annoying.
Oh,
No, it's-
horribly.
It's annoying.
It's fucking shit.
It's tiny and it's like just could easily not be grass.
Yeah, I broke
And
my lawnmower.
You can't even get a lawnmower up there.
Was it on the elevated?
Elevated, and
Yeah.
it's tiny.
Was it for dogs or something? Was the pre?
A bit of greenery. I don't know.
Green therapy.
You got trees there.
A fountain would be better. I don't know. Little
Pillar, a
plunge-
marble pillar.
Nah, cold plunge pool.
Yeah.
What are we at here? 47 minutes. We can get one more. We can get one more. I didn't know where we were at. I
were
actually
we
didn't know where we were at.
I don't know.
Oh, the weeds. Yeah,
Mate.
the weeds can fuck off.
Yeah, no.
That was the deal.
Alright.
I want to elaborate on that. I just don't think I'm a weeds kind of guy.
What do you mean?
Getting into the league.
Oh, we're back on the actual.
I was so on lawn.
Come on, man. All right, we need to just fucking simplify everything for everyone. Fucking train hard. Overload the fucking weight.
And mow your fucking lawn.
Mow your fucking lawn.
Jesus.
Pull your weed killer down and that's it.
Yeah.
We don't need fucking
Or concrete.
concrete.
Yeah.
Spray it.
Just concrete.
What are your concrete
As
instead?
far as the eye can see.
Yeah.
Actually, I've got a topic that's not on our list, but it's something I want to discuss. So, for the upcoming powerlifting comp, we were trying to get a food truck. Our normal food truck couldn't come. I chased 3 other food trucks. All of them had booked out. So we've decided that Charlie is going to throw a barbecue at the Strength Culture Cup.
I reckon.
What's on the menu?
I reckon this could go one of two ways.
What's on the menu, Charles?
I reckon there's gonna be a lot of people.
You
got
said
a lot
you
of
just wanted
snags.
to do snags.
No, I want you to construct a menu for us right now.
Oh, fuck. We could just do snags and barbecue chops. Lamb barbecue chops.
You want to do some lamb?
Oh,
If you want.
4 quarters. How are you gonna hand them out to people?
on a piece of napkin.
Mate,
It has to be wrapped.
God's utensils.
God's utensils.
God's utensils.
I'm gonna
You
just
go,
picture you.
fucking-
Oh, you picture like not even tongs. Just pick it up. Just pick up the 4 quarter
Pick
and
it
just
up.
slap it in the patron's hand. Hey, here you go, buddy boy. Enjoy that one.
Same way Papu did it
Extra
to me.
soul
Yeah.
on top as they leave.
Again,
Thank
mate.
you.
That's it. Just random. You know how at Papu or your uncle or whatever would just like they just cut off a bit of meat
Yeah.
and like give it to you like it was a drug deal sort of thing. They just like hand it off to you. They'd be like, hey, just eat that. just have a bit of that, and then that's you knew your spot. I can just imagine you just powerlifting, just random people just coming up like, hey, have a taste
So
of this one, buddy.
foreign to me. You know, like how people, there's like some people that are real anal out there. They're like, don't touch the food while it's like, it's just so foreign to me.
What? Because you just flip it.
You just fucking, Papu, have a chop, fucking off the barbie here, cut some meat on here.
What?
Fuck, it's just like,
People don't touch it. What do you mean?
there's some people out there.
You know, some people like you should only flip a steak once or whatever. Like they say
I
that.
get that,
Yeah. Don't
but-
agitate the meat on the grill.
Yeah,
Like
don't agitate it.
Yeah, but I only give the boy this, you know,
Give
little
the boy-
something.
Hello.
Little bit of, hey, try this chicken thigh out, brother.
So what's on the menu, Charles? What are you serving up?
Butza, nah. So we'll do sauce. We'll do. What do you actually want to do? We'll discuss this. We'll
Are
have a
you
meeting
bringing
here on
the
the podcast.
charcoal? You said you want to do it over
Well,
charcoal.
lucky for you, I've still got the fucking big swivel at home, so I can bring that.
Yeah.
I can bring the big hustler, and then I can take it to Murrumbeena, drop it back off because I want to get it out of my garage.
It's just convenient for Charlie.
I've been meaning to take it home to Dad anyway.
Two birds, one stone type of
But
setup.
this could be a 2 birds, 1 stone. But so I got the big hustler, so we can we got some coverage, get 2 things going.
Charcoal meats, real carcinogenic.
Yeah,
we
you
love
just go-
that.
just go easy.
Fuck butane. That's what the store can be called. We
Just-
don't do no butane here.
We just do sausages and barbecue chops.
Sausages and barbecue chops. I would love to see. I'm not gonna lie. Some little chicken wings.
Nah,
Nah.
too much work. Fuck all meat, and I don't think fuck all meat. Too much work, and to do them properly, you need
It's for the masses. It's not
For
like
the
backyard
masses.
barbecue. That's the
Yeah,
issue.
no, it's
All right.
for the masses. So
Lamb.
you
You
gotta
got to be able to slap something in the hand. One wing.
Donnie, has anyone
sausages and
has
fucking
anyone hired you for that day? Can
We're
we?
having a team meeting live on the podcast
Yeah, can we?
again.
We've got to book you in for a hectic eats
We
at
also-
Charlie's Barbie.
We need one of those
At the comp.
aprons that says. We need one of those aprons that says I'm Greek. I don't need a recipe or something like that. One of those fucked
We're
aprons.
definitely doing that.
Or you're going to have a helper? I think it'd be really good. We could document Charlie's breakdown.
We're in a line of 40
People,
people.
100 people just rolling through. Just like, I want a sausage and a chop. It's like, fuck. It'll be a lot.
Do you,
There'll be a lot
reckon
of food.
do you reckon it'll hit? Do
You
you
need,
reckon
yeah,
I'll
but
like
you need
it?
a team.
Absolutely,
you
it's
need,
gonna
you need a
hit.
team.
It's just choco as.
Need to
Just a
assemble a
charcoal
team.
fucking barbecue at a pallet.
Johnny
Do you
Monaro.
reckon Johnny Monaro will
Johnny Monaro.
come down? Yeah.
Johnny Monaro.
What else?
Do you reckon we can serve beers?
Yeah, as
Yeah.
long as you're not selling them.
Free beers.
We're not going to sell them. They're going to be free.
Yeah.
You need a liquor
Yeah.
license, don't you?
Yeah, no, shh, don't worry about that. All right.
You need a legal license to sell it.
Lick these nuts.
We've got to go
Yeah.
beer. That's what was missing from the
these
last comp.
nuts.
That was the only thing that was missing.
Beers?
That we needed some beer.
I reckon if I was cut on the microphone last year, I would be in strife.
Do you reckon we can get the barbecue inside the gym?
we can.
Bro, fuck a smoke machine.
Smoke machine with a scent.
Oh, there's nothing like coming home after a Greek barbecue and smelling like charcoal.
It's
We did it inside at Lukey's.
it's an
Bucks
attack
in
of all the
factory.
senses.
Got very, very smoky in there.
Yeah, but that factory, that's a factory.
that was a big factory.
High ceilings and shit.
There's also a metal factory, not a
Five.
fucking gym.
It's a 5D experience. Charlie's
Yeah.
barbecue.
You got to smell like
Charlie's
chops, you know.
charcoal grill. That's what we're going to
Yeah.
call it. Yeah.
I'm buying a
Someone
smoker.
first degree
Actually.
burns
Cut it
if they
on,
sit
boss.
too
Buying a
close.
smoker on Thursday.
Oh, yeah.
I'm getting I've been wanting to. So the one I want to
Smoking
buy
and
is it's only stocked at this place called the Q Club in East Brunswick, and Deuce's cousin is moving down here to Melbourne, and we've got shit in our garage stored first. So we're gonna drop that off in the city. So kill two birds.
Two
with
birds, one stone.
Oh, Charlie loves the two birds, one stone.
Hey, I'll teach you about optimizing your fucking timetable. Two birds, one stone. Two birds, one stone. But I'm actually gonna go buy because I got a bit of birthday money from my 30s, and I was like, I want to buy a smoker.
Fuck you know.
This winter's gonna be the year of smoking meats,
Smoking meats. Smoking D's.
smoking dick. But we've lost. No, it's alright. We're good.
Smoking D's.
Yeah, and I want to. I feel like you're right. It's not turn 30, but it's that period of life. It's going from a young little fuckwit to more of a mature,
An older fuckwit.
adult.
You're an older fucker.
You start caring about different things. Your lawn,
You appreciate new things. Yeah.
barbecuing, cooking. I like cooking a little
Do
bit
you
more.
appreciate your lawn, do you?
I don't appreciate it, but I hate when it gets long. I'm like, fuck, it needs to be cut. And like golf and shit. Like even golf a little bit
I think
more.
you just learn to appreciate other things.
Like the vanity. I've noticed the vanity side of things. Like when we were young, you want to fucking lift weights, look good and jacked. You want everyone to tell me how big. Like that doesn't mean anything to me anymore. It's just you mature.
Man, now I
Mate,
get
probably
fucking
call
G'd up
maturing.
for cheap bananas at Danny Dong
Yeah,
Market.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
where
yeah.
I'm at.
I get G'd up at the fruit shop. 3 pallets of blackberries for $3.
All this for $2. Like,
I'm like, I'm slowly turning into my fucking grandparents.
Now you see capsicum for $12 and it infuriates
Yeah.
me.
Danny Dong Market's where it's at.
Nothing worse than a $10 iceberg.
It's
Jesus.
a shit
Jeez.
vegetable anyway.
Iceberg?
Yeah, iceberg sucks.
It's good, not for that price point.
Yeah, no shit.
It's not worth $10.
You want to, yeah.
$10 a head.
It's not
There's
worth
something refreshing about a good iceberg, though.
Yeah, crunchy.
Yeah.
Lots of. It's like a little water vessel.
It's a real delicacy
moist.
at this point.
It's a delicacy. It's texture.
It's moist.
Texture. So, yeah, I don't know where we're going with this.
Charlie's
But
charcoal
if
grill.
you want to be part of Charlie's
what time?
barbecue
What
team,
time
we
you
need a
gonna?
team.
What time you
Charlie's
lighten up
slightly
the lighten up
matured
the coals?
Fuck, I don't know. I didn't realize we were doing chops as well now. I thought we were just doing sausages.
It's your idea.
What are we going to You can't just serve fucking... No, he said chops.
I'm asking what's on the menu.
Oh, there's some chops.
No, seriously, because we're going to have to do like...
I'm Greg. I don't need no
sides
bloody
and
recipe.
shit.
No, we don't.
bread and
fucking salt.
and just a chop
And salt.
Man.
Yeah.
We'll do the combo: sausage and bread and a fucking 4/4 chop, and a can of Coke, $12.
Yeah. No.
And a Coke's a beer.
What time's the grill starting up?
We'll sell Coke. We'll sell Coke. Can of Coke.
with a shot of
It's
whiskey.
only one voice break this week. You've done all right.
It's been good. What time? I don't know.
What time's the grills? First session's
it'll
going to
de-
kick off at
It'll
9.
depend what time we want the food ready. So this is where we could go a little bit more diversity and go bacon and egg route. Bacon and egg sandwiches
You're the chef,
in the
mate.
morning.
Yeah.
You're the chef.
So you want two menus? You want a
cooking all
breakfast
day.
menu and a lunch menu?
You're going to be going
Lunch
all day. It's not going to be like, sausages are done now.
No, I'm going
They're
all
in a
day.
tray.
Going all day.
Charlie's Charcoal Grill. We don't close our eyes.
we don't
don't
serve
sleep.
lunch till
We
midday.
need to plan this
Sleep is for
properly.
losers.
No, you need to plan this properly.
This is your venture. We're going to be inside, fucking spot loading and whatever. This is your thing.
We need to plan this properly. It's a we. It's a we.
You need some assistance. You got Johnny Monaro.
Do we open up? Can somebody help Charlie? Let's throw it out.
Do you like sausages?
You definitely.
You need an apprentice.
Like,
What's a
you go to
sous chef? You need a sous chef.
You go to a Bunnings sausage sizzle. They've got like fucking 8 heavies behind there. Just
Yeah, man,
on there.
at the
you are not
cooking-
running this by like I
I
love
never
you.
said I was going to run it by myself.
I don't know,
We
man.
need,
I
like,
just
we need
picture
a
you
gang.
behind there just imploding.
I think we
just
need
fucking
2 other
throwing
people.
sausages at
We
people.
need 2
We need
helpers.
2 other people.
Did minimum
you
5.
need
2 sous chefs.
If you're sick of spot loading and you want to fucking flip sausages and 4/4 chops with me, let me know.
Go Gordon Ramsay spec.
Gordon Ramsay.
Okay.
We might need. Fuck.
I'll tell you. Oh no, we're going to throw this. We're throwing this out to the community. All right, to apply to become one of Charlie's sous chefs.
You must be Greek.
No, you need to post a story of you cooking something, and we need to see your
We need a
skills.
resume.
We need a resume, a story of you cooking something, and
We're not taking any
and just
schmuck, you know?
hashtag Charlie's Charcoal Grill, and you may be the selected to be Charlie's sous chef for the
Make
day.
a t-shirt.
Charlie Schmucks.
Charlie's Schmucks.
This might be the first pop-up T-shirt we make.
Yeah.
Charlie's Charcoal Grill.
Just put a we could do a graphic.
Charlie's fucking
Graphic
salivating
on a garment.
Graphic on a garment.
Yeah.
Got a few blanks there.
on a gum.
Few
I think
blanks.
yeah, a couple of blanks. I think we'll leave it there. You boys want to fucking say anything else?
We've that list is
The
sorted.
list didn't even get touched.
Mad. Next
We'll
week.
go one more topic. Let's go. Give the people what they want.
Nah, we're good.
I'm serious. I've been fucking slamming the list cloggers, and when the episode finishes, I'm sad.
Yeah, but we're back next week.
But I want
I've got a
more.
min-
They want more. Trust
All
me.
right, we're gonna
They
give
want another 5 minutes.
The people what they want.
Hey, you want me bad. You want me bad.
This
is
is
the
someone
encore.
out there listening to this that's 5 minutes from home, and they want that extra 5 minutes.
all right. This is for you.
This is for you. This is for you.
This
Better appreciate
This
it.
is for you.
Yeah.
Well, the other topics are actual proper topics. I feel like we can't go from Charlie's charcoal grill
We can do whatever we want.
down,
no rules.
down to deloads. We can't fucking.
That's
like,
we're
we
on a
can't.
fucking
We're-
high note.
we're on a-
Deloads are low stress.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about that.
We can't pivot from Charlie's charcoal grill.
It needs to be something more sympathetic.
sympathetic.
Yeah, fight or flight.
Jet skis.
Maybe we should just punch on for fucking 2.5 minutes.
yeah, we'll just film punching on.
Jet skis.
Jet skis.
Why do you like the list cloggers? Because I appreciate it too. What are the?
So I feel from the reviews that we've gotten from this podcast, that is very similar. It's just the two of them. Their common denominator is that they both played AFL and they were both shit and got delisted. So they play up on that, which I like. I think it's funny. But it's just two of them and they just talk a lot of shit. One thing they do that I really like is they get videos sent in that they play.
They watch.
They watch, because you watch on YouTube.
No, but they watch.
They watch it,
yeah.
and it's one of their fans or listeners asking a question, which I think's fucking.
Well, how do we
funny.
set this up?
Angus has a voicemail.
Yeah, no, he never uses it though.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So it's an actual.
We got
I feel like we're going to get the same 7 listeners.
No,
that-
someone
as well.
when Angus and I did one, and I'm going to beep this section, so bad luck. But it was, why do you think Kaz is so fat? that was the voicemail that came through. I'm like, we can't fucking.
I think we
answer
get
that.
similar shit. Like, oh yeah, talk about blah blah blah.
Yeah,
Like,
like throw this person under the bus. No, like
it's
maybe we can set that up though.
we
We
can
can
set it
try
up so that we get questions with a video, and then we
The
play the
mailbox.
video, and then it's like
real like
it
yeah,
is- it's cool.
Talkback radio spec.
It is talkback radio spec, but I just enjoy it. It's shit talk. It's very light-hearted, so it's not too serious. I've gone back and I'm listening from episode 1. I think I'm 7 episodes in. There's like 80 or 90, but I've noticed that their last episode was December 20, the Christmas one. They haven't fucking.
They're on the government mandated
haven't-
break like Hamish and Andy.
Love that.
I wonder when we get the government mandated break.
We had a
haven't
break.
set
We should
that
just
up,
call the
eh?
government mandated.
Yeah, we only had
Grind don't
1
stop,
week though.
baby.
They have 3 months.
You got to
Grind
make
don't
it
stop.
before you can have a government.
Different when you're
mandated
making $5 million a year
Yeah,
each
different.
minimum.
We're still grinding.
Well, that's all right,
We're
that's
still
all
on
right.
that hungry wolf.
I
coming
feel
up
like it's similar to Hamish and Andy. It's shit talk. It's light-hearted. It's
When I
easy
come up,
listening. That's why I like it, and they're fucking funny. They're fun. Daniel Gorringe is
Daniel
fucking
Gorringe is very
hilarious, and just some of the jokes. It's very footy humor, though. I would only.
Yeah.
You'd only listen to like Buzz would not. I don't think you would. You actually no. I know for a fact you wouldn't like it just because you're not
Profile.
no, you're not. It
Yeah.
doesn't come. A lot of the
Just listen
humor.
to you talk about it. This podcast has gone down.
A lot of
I'm over it
this
already.
person the 5 minutes that they want.
Did they really want this
Are
though?
they home yet,
They're
Charles?
not
Are they home
You
yet?
close it off
They
to
want
footy
it.
fans.
Are you
They
home?
wanted it.
Are they home yet?
I haven't got really close. I'm just saying why I like it. It's very footy.
I think it's pretty funny.
But you come from footy. You play
Yeah,
footy.
footy
Right? There was a lot of inside jokes that are like from that sort of stuff, which I find funny. Similar to how our podcast, if you've trained and stuff, you get like a lot of the like before. I don't know.
You get the humour.
The humour, yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas it,
Hopefully, you
look,
get the
there
humour.
are listeners on ours that I know there are listeners that have got no. They're not from the
Shout out that
gym. They're fucking.
that kid that's listened to every single thing all the way
Theo.
through. Theo.
Shouts out Theo.
Theo, I've got a
Theo.
question. Why haven't you given us 5 stars yet?
Yeah.
The little star was empty.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was
Theo,
empty.
man,
Fuck,
what
I'm
are you
gonna text him
doing?
right
There
now,
you
bro.
go, fucking. I gave List Cloggers 5 stars.
Hey,
That's my first rating.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I've ever rated a podcast outside of ours. Do you
Boys,
rate
you gotta
podcasts?
share the
Yeah,
love.
well, they're competition, man. at the end of the day.
100%. It's us or them, really.
I
You
don't
know?
think I've rated ours yet.
I think we're at 455, maybe. We need to get to
haven't rated
we need to
ours.
get to 500.
Charlie.
I couldn't do it because I hadn't actually listened to 3 episodes. I think I've listened to 3 episodes now.
We need to get to
3 episodes.
We need to get to 500.
I think you have to have listened to
You have to listen to like at least like 30 minutes
rate
worth
it.
of yeah.
Yeah, you can't just rate, which I like because you actually have to. So if it sucks, you to rate it have to actually sit through the shit
But again,
podcast.
imagine having to go through and giving someone 1 star. Like, what would they have to say to you to give them 1 star?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or like, what topic do they have to?
the podcast is really shit, and then why have you kept listening to it? Which makes it. Or secondly, you're a cuck.
If I don't like a podcast, I'm turning off within like 4 minutes. Like it doesn't
Yeah.
take long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you're here at the end, 5 stars. Thank you very much.
We've just given you an extra 5 minutes of footage.
Hopefully you made
for
it
that
home.
guy driving home, guy or gal.
We got you down to
We did it for
Highway.
you.
if you're still 5 minutes from home, we apologise.
I'm sorry.
I heard
We can't
the
please
list
everyone.
cloggers may or may not be your flavour.
We can't please you. If you want, go suss out the list cloggers, give them a star rating.
Yeah.
And if
what
it's
I
shit,
actually-
listen for half an hour and give them a 1 star.
Oh no! Just quickly, before we wrap it
No,
up,
don't.
if everyone, what are some other podcasts that you guys like to listen to?
Listen to any.
Flagrant.
I'm a bit
still on Flagrant.
I'm a lost with podcasts at the
Flagrant?
moment.
I'm back on Joe Rogan's nuts, big time.
Crazy.
I've been listening to heaps of 50 Cent.
I was
Music.
listening a podcast.
No, just 50 Cent.
Music. Yeah, I've been listening to
I don't
music.
listen to any
yeah.
podcast. I just thought it off of something.
I'm a bit off
Yeah.
podcasts at the moment.
I wasn't listening to any podcast, and then I got the list cloggers just hook, line, and sinker.
Man,
And I'm
Hooked you in.
I'm a list clogger.
Clogged.
I'm a clogger.
you're clogging that
Maybe you
list.
should send
I
him a
think I'm a
video.
list clogger.
Send him a video.
My boys,
We're going to set up our voicemail.
Yeah, I
what are we
reckon-
going to call it? The mailbox. We're going to set up our
Mailbox.
mailbox. Yeah, somehow.
get a few
I'll work
questions.
out how to do it this
Send
week.
us a video.
Yeah, we'd love to hear from you.
Yeah.
And we'd also love to see what you're cooking to get on Charlie's Charcoal Grill as the sous chef and flip those 4
Limited
quarters.
spots available.
Done. We'll see you next week.
So,
5 stars. Thank you very much.